Okay, so what we got here is, well, I keep hearing these kids nowadays are always wanting to do these challenges, and it's really not something new. I did one on Facebook, the cold water challenge, where I damn near drowned in myself. Kind of took my breath away, and I got a little deeper in the pond. Anyway, so there's all these challenges, but man, none of them have much substance, you know. They're just simple stuff that the average Joe can do, you know. Anybody with a quarter of a brain, just kind of. So I'm looking for a challenge that's, well, a challenge. So what I got behind me here, and we'll take a little closer look at it. It is what they used to call a mainframe. We call them servers now. And way back when, you didn't hire a server, you didn't hire your stuff out. You had your own mainframe at your shop, and this where this one come from. It's one of the shops I used to work at. The owner knew that I was into computers, and I think he was actually switching over to a server. And he said, "Hey, Rodney, you want this thing? It ain't worth nothing anymore." I said, "Yeah, I'll take it." So I took it and I kept it, and so now I'm going to offer a little challenge, and I'm going to offer this challenge to a very specific person, and challenges are usually done that way. Carter. So Carter, my grandson, he's the one I'm offering this challenge to. I'm going to take this good old-fashioned mainframe, and dude, I am going to disassemble it. I am going to break it down into almost as many pieces as you can break one down into. And the challenge I have for you is get it back together. As you can see, it's back here up and running. It's running Windows 98. It's no Speed Queen by any means. We're running on 300 megahertz. Move the camera off here a minute. We'll take a quick run around this old girl. Yeah, having a little display problem. We'll let Carter figure that one out. We're just going to cancel it. I think it's trying to use an onboard video card, and we're not plugged into that. Anyway, here's the old mainframe. Pile of CD-ROMs in it. Got an old 3.5 right there. Come around here, the back side. Man, this thing is bare bones. We got your keyboard plugged in there. Here's your mouse. The mouse is plugged into it so old that it's actually a COM port mouse. We'll unplug that and give you a look at that. Boy, when's the last time you seen your mouse plug in with one of them? Obviously an old CRT screen, but oh, there we go. We got her up and going now. I just want everybody to know that it was definitely running before I tore it apart. All right. Okay, we'll get a little look at what's inside this thing, just for future reference maybe. Or what we're running here, pretty nice motherboard. We're running two Pentium 2s, and she was screaming back in the day, 300 megahertz. We got a multitude of hard drives. It's not seeing all the hard drives that are stuck in here, I don't think. I'm not sure. I think it was only finding 2 of them. This does have a SCSI hard drive, for anybody that happens to know and remember what them are. This cable right here, I'm pretty sure is the SCSI cable. Yeah. And the motherboard itself had a SCSI connector. But there was also a SCSI controller card in it. And I'm not sure that the SCSI controller card is working. I see once I took the cover off, I'd left a note to myself that I had run the SCSI right directly to the motherboard and was bypassing the controller card, and I'm pretty sure it's this card. This is a video card up here. There might have been a little conflict there too, I'm not sure. Anyway, here we have the old Ethernet card. This one here would be your modem. Good old-fashioned modem right in a computer. Yeah, where'd them days go? And a little sound card there, just to give her a little sound bites. But that's where what we got going on inside this old girl. Looks like a lot of fun in there, don't it? All kinds of room for as much stuff as you can pile. I got all kinds of extra old hard drives. We'll throw a few extra pieces in there just in case you get a little you know, rambunctious. Okay, let's start getting this apart. I don't know, I'm just going to start jerking off some cables here. Not my job to keep track of them anymore. Here's that old SCSI cable. It's that blue ribbon, I'm pretty sure. We'll know here in just a second. Let me try a little high speeding up here. We'll see. There's that SCSI connector off that SCSI drive. And there's the other hard drive that was up in there and running. Back side of your floppy. Yeah, looks like another SCSI to me. Okay. Get a little look here at these cards that are in this thing, and kind of the order that they're in. Not that that should matter, but you never know. We'll take a look at that one controller card too. First card we're going to pull here. This is the video card. .3D Pro. Alright. Pretty nice one, I guess. Probably back in the day. That was a pretty nice one. This is that SCSI controller card that I'm not real sure about. Like I say, I left myself a note with a question mark on it, and because there's also a SCSI controller on the motherboard itself, I just went with that. But now that I realize there's a second SCSI drive in here, it wouldn't hurt to get this old girl, find out what exactly is going on there, if it's working, if it's not working, get that working correctly. You could be running both SCSI drives, because we all know how fast a SCSI is. Them were the screaming demons of the day. Okay, next. What do we got next here? This looks like an Ethernet card right here. Back before that came on your motherboard as standard procedure. So there. This little Ethernet card. All your lights. Okay, next. This will be the modem. Old dial-up. Let's not be too quick to forget about good old dial-up. This is what dialed us up. It's this one right here. Pretty basic. Probably one of the better ones, though. They definitely had different speeds. And I'll guarantee you that's one of the faster ones for the day. And last but not least, down in here into this sound card, and I don't know if this was the original sound card. I don't know if this is one I put in it. I had quite a few sound cards laying around. Oh wow, she was in a little snug. Just your basic sound card, nothing too fancy there. Made in China, okay. And there we go. Boy, we got the old PCI slots and a couple of old VLB slots in there. PCI, not to be confused with PCIe. that was your old AGP slot for your video card. SCSI port, 40 pin, and the OVLB. Can't see the other one, but there's another one right here. Alright. Get a look at which way these Pentiums are in here. Not that I think it would matter, but just in case. Right there's the bays for the drives, and the Pentium that's connected into the motherboard goes closest to the drives, and the one that was tied into the power supply itself was the one that was closest to the back of the computer. Okay. I wasn't going to take them out, but man, they come out pretty easy, so why not? Alright, now we're pretty well stripped down here. I don't think I'm going to pull the motherboard out. Too much risk for damage on that. Back in the day, for those of you who don't know, I've been playing with computers since the only way to get a computer was to go to computer shows and put your own together. And this is the way we got them pretty much. The motherboard wouldn't have been in there, but we have a bare bones case, got a power supply in it. Back then the power supplies generally came with the case. You could buy a separate one if you really wanted to, but that didn't happen very often. So there we go. And what I've decided, because I've got a lot of extra parts that would fit in this machine, and you could be put together several different ways. So I'm going to take all the stuff that came out of it, and I'm going to put a little red X on them. Well, maybe a big red X. It's going to be an obvious red X. And those would be the things that originally came out of the machine. And yeah, absolutely, there was 2 SCSIs in there, but the second one wasn't hooked. I'll have to look for another SCSI cable. That one is not a daisy chainable cable. And I don't even know if SCSIs ran a daisy chain. Because again, they were supposed to be the fast of the fast, and you don't want to daisy chain stuff and have it go fast. Alright.